What's up, guys? Rashad with Bad Beats here, and we're going to be doing like a fun deck battle on the channel. So I'm bringing you the deck profile of the deck I'm going to be playing. It's the OG Blue Hirudegarn. If you don't know what this leader does, when he attacks a leader, you discard a battle card, draw two, you awaken at 4 life, you untap 2 energy. Flip him on the back. His auto is he only has 1 skill on the back. So when you attack, you draw. If you've got 4 more energy, your opponent puts a card from their hand on the top of the deck. Super simple because it's an old leader, not like a wall of text on the leader. We'll get into the deck. Of course, we play 4 Tapion, 2 Music Box. So Tapion's got 2 effects. You pitch him for either blue or green. You can either draw a card, bring it back at the end of the turn, he's a 15k blocker, or you can play this little music box from your deck. So you want one of these in your opening hand because you want this as fast as possible to like start your combo. Music box does is when it's played, you look at the top 7, you add a hero card or a Hirudegarn card or a unison, specify cost 1. And then for 1 green, you can pop it, play a 2 cost hero from your hand. So then the other cards we play to support this is we play 4 copies of Hoy because this leader doesn't, KO your stuff. You need support cards to KO it. So when Hoy is played, you draw 1. When he's comboed, you can kill one of your hero or Hirudegarn cards, and then he gains 5k combo power. So he's essentially always going to be a 10k combo. And then the cards that you're going to want for the music box is 4 of the unison. Hirudegarn Giant Force, 1 drop 15k. It has to have 4 markers or more to swing. Auto once per turn. You can ditch a card from your hand and knock a card out of your opponent's combo area, which comes up in a lot of matchups, honestly. His +2 is just discard a card from your hand, which is honestly useful sometimes also. And then his +1 is you KO one of your Hirudegarn or hero cards, which is how you go up your chain. Then the only hero we're playing aside from Tapion is Minosha. So you want Box into Minosha to start your chain. What Minosha does is when he's KO'd by a skill or in battle, you can either draw a card or play a 3-drop Hirudegarn. Your early game, you're always going to play that 3-drop Hirudegarn. Maybe late game, you might draw. So the 3-drop Hirudegarn, when he's KO'd, you play the next Hirudegarn, or your opponent discards 1, I think, for this one. Yeah, your opponent discards 1 if you don't play a Hirudegarn. So that's another cool thing. If they counterplay, then they have to like lose cards out of their hand if you don't play the next one. So it's a good little package. Next, we play 4 of the 4-drop Hirudegarn. This one's really good to just sit on the board because once per turn, he can knock a card out of your opponent's combo area, but you don't have to discard for this one. And then when he's KO'd, you go to the next Hirudegarn, which is the 6-drop. Or they discard cards if you don't play one, of course. You have to have 3 energy to go to the 6-drop for this one also. These 2 don't have like an energy requirement, but for this one to go to the 6, you need 3. Or you can just EX evolve on top of this guy if you have him in your hand. So what the 6-drop does is he's 25k crit, EX evolve on top of the 4-drop for free to skip over that 3 energy requirement. And then he's got to activate battle, which makes him like the best one, honestly. You can KO him to KO 2 of your opponent's battle cards. So, and then when he's KO'd, your opponent either discards 2 cards, or you play a 4 cost or a 9 cost Hirudegarn. So you can use this, swing with this on your turn. You can create a lot of swings. So you'll swing with this guy, and then you'll swing with something next. You'll activate battle, remove 2 of their cards, play the 4 cost Hirudegarn back, attack with him again, combo off your Hoy or use your unison to pop this guy. You'll go back into your 6-drop again, swing with him again. You can pop your 6-drop. If you've got like just the stones, you can go back into another 4-drop and like keep rinsing and repeating. Or then you will go on to one of your non-drop Hirudegarns. So what this one does is it's got not revenge. It's got blocker, revive, and unique. So activate main for a green. You can KO one of your 4 or 6, right? 4, 6, or 7 drop Hirudegarns and play him from your drop area, which is why the discard isn't bad on this, because if you have these in your hand, you can just discard one early, and then you do all your shenanigans, and then you play him from the drop by popping this dude who will play another dude. Normally, you want to have, if you can, set these 2 up. And then when he activates block, you randomly discard a card from your opponent's hand. He's a 30k blocker. And so what you can do is you can block with this, randomly discard a card, combo your Minutia, pop him, and if you have another one or a Tapion, you discard it and revive to bring them back. And then you can block another attack and rip another card out of their hand. And then what the non-drop blue Hirudegarn does is when he's played, you warp a card from your opponent. Just hand. No. You might put it on top of the deck, actually. When this card is played, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and one of the cards in their hand, and you put them on the top of their deck in any order. So that sets them back 2 cards. And also, this guy's a negate once per turn. When they attack with one of their cards, if your leader card is a Phantom Demon, which it is, you can send this and 1 card from your hand to the warp, and you negate that attack, and he gets played back on your main phase. So you want to play this guy out, use his negate effects, stop an attack. He comes back on your main phase, you get rid of one of their battle cards and another card from their hand again, and then you just rinse and repeat that, tied with this blocker, and you'll just keep taking cards out of their hand. Obviously, you can just use these guys to take cards from their hand also. But that's all the Hirudegarns, and then the supporting cards we play. You know, since this is an old leader, and people might try to stall you out, since you kind of need to awaken for this deck to be that good, you're not going to always want to discard the battle cards you have in your hand to draw on this front side. So the faster you can get to the back to just attack and draw, the better. And from turn 4 on, because you're probably going to go turn 4 onward with this deck, it's not really like a super aggressive kill deck. You're going to kill on like turn 5 or 6. And then you'll have this effect live, which is also going to be drawing you a card and putting a card from their hand on the top and setting them back a little bit. So you play this. This is the only Self-Awakener I play. Just take a life, now get another card in your hand, 15k crit. If they kill them, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is an attack that didn't go to your leader that turn, which gives you another turn to set up, and then eventually they're going to have to attack you. If they don't, you're just going to start playing these guys out, but you do want to be awakened, so we play 4 of this. And then since you KO so many cards in this deck, I play Surprise Attack Frieza at just 2 copies. If you KO one of your opponent's battle cards, he gets played for free, but you can only have 1 in the battle area, and he's got critical. So it's a free 15k crit that just goes well with all the stuff that you're going to be KOing. And this deck is mono green. There's no cards that you're going to charge that are blue. So the negates that I play are the Android 17 negate, because it's just a generic green negate. You're not going to have a target to send to the graveyard, but it doesn't matter. You just want to negate. And then the 4 super combos I play, of course, are the Hoy super combo. You just discard any card from your hand, draw 2. The last negate I play is just 1 Defender of Justice. So it's just a generic negate that can't be countered. The color of it doesn't matter. It doesn't require a green leader. All the energy is going to be green, so I just play 1 of the green one that can't be negated. And then the very last card in the deck, since it's super easy to play in this deck and you're going to go long anyway, is we play the Cell. You draw a lot of cards, like especially at the beginning. You're drawing 2 with your leader, you're drawing 2 with your super combos. You're removing like a million cards from your deck by playing these other Hirudegarn pieces out of your deck. So you draw a lot. You always see this unless it's like the last card in your life. You're going to be at turn 5, so this effect is always live. And it's just a great way to end the game. So you can, if you've got like an extra one of these out somehow, you can just pop them with Activate Battle and just choose to discard 2 cards from their hand. You go into your cell, discard another 3 cards, and then you just swing for game. One thing I will mention is it's more of like a budget deck, so since we're doing it for a fun deck day. So if you have Frieza Charismatic Villain, that card should 100% be in this deck. So if you want to play it more competitively, I'll remove both of these and maybe 2 of the Self-Awakeners or the 1 other Negate and maybe 1 other card to add Frieza Charismatic Villain. But like that actually makes a big difference to play this deck more competitively, because you need a little bit of defense, especially since you've got a unison that makes Frieza alive on turn 1 in this deck. So if you want to play this a little bit more competitively, I would add those 4 copies of Charismatic Villain in this deck. And that's probably about all I would change right now to make it a more competitive deck. But for the most part, it does what it wants to do pretty well. You're not scared to take damage because you want to flip. You'll have a big hand, and your swings are always going to be big on your opponent. They're like 2 and 3 card demanding swings, so you're just going to get ahead. So that's the deck. It's super fun. I love this deck. It's been like my favorite leader ever since I got into the game. So I wanted to do something with it, and this right now I think is the best that you can do with it. There might be some set 14 cards that can help it out maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't really read them too much because as we all know, most of the set sucks. But that's the end of the video, and we'll show you guys the gameplay soon.